Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I want to thank you very much for tuning into my Periscope. I really appreciate that. I used to be an auto mechanic and got hurt, put on workman's comp, didn't know how to take care of my family. And one of the biggest blessings in my life is I got introduced to a couple of millionaires that are now multi-billionaires. And so I learned from them, and now what I have is a brand called Life Mechanic. You can check it out on lifemechanic.com, and I have a lot of periscopes there that you can click under the blog. I also have some incredible training and online courses that you can take, 27 hours of a mentorship program to show you step one to step done to being successful. So this is my free way of giving value and giving offer out there. And, thank you very much for making comments. Tap on the screen to give hearts, and you can share by swiping on your phone, sharing for your followers, your Twitter followers, your Facebook followers. So with that all said, here I get going. The subject for today is timing is everything / is it the right timing for you? Now, this is going to cover a lot of subjects. I think each and every one of you are going to really love this topic, because as you're going out and prospecting, as you're going out and, finding new friends, as you're going out and connecting and building relationships with new friends, you got to be extremely patient. You'll understand in a hurry if you're a taker and not a giver. If you're expecting someone to buy something for you or join your company or buy a product or come in and any of this stuff, you're going to find out right away that you're a taker, not a giver, if you're not willing to allow that relationship to get to a point where they know, like, and trust you, and the timing is right for them. Now, again, I love sharing these topics, not only because I learned them from my mentors, but also I like to share my personal story with you. Now, see if you guys relate to this. So I grew up in school, and I immediately found out that I was special. Now, I mean special, like special bus kind of thing, right? They didn't know how to do it at the time, but they didn't know how to diagnose being dyslexic. And so I would look at a picture of a TH sound, and I could say that they would say with a sound, and I'd say, I'd make the sound that TH makes. Then they would show a picture of a thumb, and I would say thumb. That's obvious, it's a thumb. Then they would show the word thumb, and I would say tum. I could not see the H. And I'm going to go into a subject tomorrow called, how do you know that? And one that's called scotoma, a blind spot. So you guys will understand where this comes from. So they didn't know how to diagnose it. So I actually had to go through what is basically called speech therapy. And I was around the special kids. Well, I knew I was special all along. I still know that I'm special. I hope that each and every one of you, as you listen to this, find the special thing that's you, which means you're unique, which means God's only created one of you. Why not start acting special? You should act special. And so to stay on topic here and to stay online, all of a sudden I grew up and it becomes very obvious to me that reading is not going to be my forte. Spelling is not going to be my forte. Anything that does with English is not going to be my forte. Being a teacher is not going to be my forte. So I immediately started going toward subjects that people said I was good at. I was good at math. I was good at science. And so I seem to have this common sense. It should be called non-common sense, because based over my 53 years, there's more people that don't have common sense. And all of a sudden, I started working with my hands. I became, started working as a mechanic really early, started building bikes, started repairing bikes. I would buy like mini bikes and motorcycles and snowmobiles with my paper route. And then what I would do is fix those and sell those. And I did that early. I'm talking 13, 14, 15 years of age. I built a car that I got for free, and it was running before I got my driver's license, okay? So the whole thing I'm going to share with you here is that I leaned towards something, which I say with personalities today. I started learning to focus on doing things that I was naturally good at. Now, if you go through any of my mentorship training and I talk about 16 personalities, you should really hear that. If you're always trying to do things that are not you and not your personality, and you don't think you're good at them, you're right. Henry Ford couldn't read or write. And he said, listen, if you think you can't, you can't. And if you think you can, you can. So if you all of a sudden say, wow, I don't like doing it that way. I don't like saying it that way. Well, I'm not good at that. I don't like technology. I don't like Facebook. Man, you better learn to stop saying I can't. Because that's exactly what you got in your head. So understand that, all right? So getting back to the topic, I then, decided to go into trade school, didn't go to college, got, my degree in auto mechanics and auto mechanic engineering, and that's what I was good at. So if I'm good at it, what's the highest level? Wouldn't it be cool to not only work on race cars, but maybe one day be a crew chief? And that's where my mind was set. See, I didn't know any better. So I was focused on that, and that was all I was focused on. Now, timing is everything. I pursued that dream. That's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to be. Nothing's getting in my way. And you need to listen to this next statement. Very important. There's not a person that will ever watch this Periscope. Not one. Including my mentor that could have derailed me from my vision and my dream. I was going to be an extremely good auto mechanic, automotive engineer. I was going to be on a crew. I already was, and I was going to be a crew chief. And not one of you could have persuaded me to leave that vision and that dream. None of you. You do not possess the skills. You could not have sent me a video. You couldn't have done anything. Are you listening to me? There's nothing you could do. I was going to be a crew chief. That was my vision and that was my dream. So you could have done anything. The timing was not right for me. If anybody would have tried to recruit me during that time, or, hey, would you be interested in starting a business? Do you keep your business options open? No line that I know of could have worked on me, except one. Hey, Robert, what's up? Hey, could you do me a huge favor? If I can. Who do you know right now needs to make some extra money? Let me think. I might know some people. Okay? So some of you that don't understand that if a person's already focused on their dream, they're already excited, they're already really, really into what they're doing, they're motivated, they're positive, they're doing things on their skill and their craft every day, there is nothing you can say. Nothing. So now, again, why is timing so important? Because all of a sudden I get hurt. I get put on workman's comp. So what? I got to get surgery on my knee. Big deal. I got to go through rehab 3 times. I almost got pulled off workman's comp and rehab because I wouldn't stop exercising my leg. They said, listen, don't over-exercise. I was putting flour bags and sugar bags on my ankle, and I was lifting it. While it was in the cast, I was moving it. And if you guys know that when you're in a cast, your muscles and your leg and stuff start shrinking. You know what I mean? I was working like crazy. Why? Because I needed to be rehabilitated. I needed to be back on speed. I needed to get back to my vision and dreams. So see, nothing was going to stop me then either. So some of you that are like struggling and you're not doing what you're supposed to do every day, just ask yourself, what the heck do I want? And I gotta want it bad enough. See, nothing should stop you. But let's go back to timing is everything. And is the timing right for you? So now all of a sudden, they go in, they do the MRIs, they check on it. They didn't do the surgery well enough. They had to do it again. Now I'm going into 6 months. Now I'm going into 7 months. Now, workman's comp only lasts for a little while, so then they started telling me that I needed to retrain, that I needed to do a different career. I needed to do a different vocation that didn't allow me or didn't force me to stand up all day because they said that I wasn't going to be able to support my weight on my leg. Now, when I have professionals, which I know that you guys will love this joke because it's so true, is what's the difference between a doctor and God? God doesn't think he's a doctor. So I was taught, how do you know that? I was taught that people with degrees and people that had doctorate degrees and there were medical doctors, they got to know more than me. And if they're telling me I can't be a mechanic anymore, and that my goals of being a crew chief are gone, wow. Now listen, here's where all of a sudden I started getting humbled. Here's where all of a sudden my mind opened up. Here's where all of a sudden, for the first time in my life, I actually thought about what else I was going to do. You see what I mean? So when I say timing is everything, at that point in time, I started thinking about, what else can I do? Can I learn something else? What else can I do? What's not going to take physical ability? Still no thoughts about being an entrepreneur. Still no thoughts about doing in marketing, building organizations, being involved in personal development. None of that. But I opened my mind. And so when you open your mind, it's like a parachute, right? And so I got really humbled. I'm bold enough to tell each and every one of you, I spent a lot of time reconnecting with my Creator at that time. I was praying really hard every day. I was at the point in my life where I was willing to do anything, and I was hoping and praying that I would get an answer. And I was open to it. Now all of a sudden, guess what? Bam, Sean Hennigan gives me a call. He was dating my cousin, told me the story. Hey, Robert, listen, have you heard of Amway? No, I haven't heard of Amway. Well, listen, it's not like Amway, but it's legal. I was like, Sean, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. He goes, listen, I met this guy. I seen his check. It was attached to the stub, $62,000. And he's looking for people. He's looking for people to help him expand a company. Listen to this. He's looking for people to expand the company. They don't need any experience, and he's willing to mentor them and show them what he's done. Now the timing is correct. Are you listening to me? Now the timing is correct. It's like, I'll come pick you up. I want to meet this guy. If he can help me right now, I've been praying for help, then I need to meet this guy and see if he can help me. I pray that he can help me. Now, what's the point to the story? The point to the story is I was so humble and so desperate that when I met my mentor and he told me what to do, I didn't question it. I didn't question it. I did exactly what I was told to do. I worked harder than I worked for anybody else because now I'm working for me. I believed in him. I believed in his ability to help other people because he had testimonials. My timing was perfect. So now I see people out there, and this is a part of sorting, where all of a sudden you find people that, you wouldn't believe how many people I talked to. They said, no, they're not interested. They got in. They didn't do anything. I got people that are in, but they didn't bring in one person. I got people that won't plug into the training. I got people that won't do this, won't do this, won't do this, won't do this, won't do this. Their timing is not right. And see, I know this to be true. You cannot, listen to me, why you have to sort, why you got to say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can, is because you cannot, I repeat, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Now, there might be other instructors out there, or other trainers, or other mentors that tell you that's not true. But it's true to me. Why is it true to me? Because I told you my story. Not one person that is on this Periscope has a script. And the script said this. Hey, call people up. Hey, Flora, this is Robert Hollis. Listen, have you heard of Amway? No. Well, it's not like that, and it's legal. That is not a script. Can I get some hearts? Man, tap on the screen. That is not the script. So if you said that to anybody else, hey, have you heard of Amway? Yes, I have, and I'm not interested. Do you know that Sean Hennigan said that statement to me, someone that's never heard of Amway? So it worked on me. So the truth is you cannot say the wrong thing to the right people. If you're excited and you know how to promote and edify, guess what? The people will run you over to get to the person that's got the knowledge. You guys will know you're talking to the right people at the right time when you say, listen, watch the videos, and if you like what you see, I'll try to put you together with a hangout of some of my partners that are making money. If that goes good, I can also see if I can't get you on a hangout with Robert Hollis. They will run you over. They will watch the videos right now. So wouldn't it be better than trying to convince and sell and do all these crazy things? You're trying to do all this stuff to try to get other people to, come on, get in. And then once you get in, you got to sell them every day. Hey, come on, this is a good business. Come on, you can do this. Remember your dreams, remember your visions. Wouldn't it be easier to find someone that already has work ethic? They already have vision and goals to make 6 figures or $1 million. They're focused. They're positive. They understand productivity instead of activity. Man, when you find someone like that, I'm telling you what, you're going to see results like you've never seen results before. Because they're going to outwork you. They're going to outproduce you. They're going to outperform you. And you want that. If you get one, you made good part-time money. You find 2 of those, and you do that through the professor. You find 2 of those, you replace your income. You'll never have to work for anybody ever again. You find 3, you're mid-6 figures. You find 4, you're over $1 million. Just that simple. And you do that with the professor. So bottom line, timing is everything. Now get this, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. That was me before the Amway statement. See, because I'm focused, so some of you are running into people that just got a job. You guys are running into people that are focused on getting their degree. You're running into people that love what they do. There are people, ladies and gentlemen, that love what they do. There are some people that are already involved in some kind of entrepreneurial endeavor. You see what I mean? So if you don't use the $1 million question, you're not talking to them at all. So they're building their record label. They're building their company. They're focused on what they do. They're doing missionary work. I know people that are called into the ministry. You see what I mean? You're not going to get them on focus. And what we do is we try to change their mind. That's dumb. Hey, listen, let me show you a faster way to make your ministry work. No, I'm focused. So you got to sort and you got to do it fast. So the 2 points I wanted to say about timing is everything is listen closely. There was a time where no matter what you said, you wouldn't have got my attention. And then guess what? Just like Sean Hennigan, if you caught Robert Hollis at the right time in his life, there's nothing wrong that you could have said. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Because I would be beating on you trying to find out what the heck you were going to say. I would be working on you and even asking questions that might seem like they're insults. You see what I mean? And that's what some of you are sort of afraid of. You're going, if people are asking you the right questions, that's okay. That means that they're interested. So if I said to Suzanne, listen, well, how long have you been in this? I just got started. Well, how much are you making? How much are you making? Well, listen, why are you doing this? See, I would keep asking you questions until you finally didn't know how to do the $1 million question. If you didn't know how to edify, if you didn't know how to promote, if you didn't know the formula and use the system, eventually you would break down and say, now listen, Linda, listen. You guys would break down and say, you know what? I'm working with this guy. I'm working with this guy. He's made $46 million. He's very, very successful. And you got to just talk to him. I'll send you one of his videos. See, if someone's excited, they're going to beat on you enough so that they're going to make you edify and promote. And some of you won't edify and promote. And then guess what? They're just going to move on. So that's the second part. You guys catching this? I love when I get into meditation and prayer and get a message like this. So some of you, is your timing right? Is your timing right? See, because some of you think you're leaders, some of you think you're coachable, some of you think you're teachable. Some of you think that you got your goals and vision correct. Some of you think you got work ethic. Some of you think that you're willing to follow instructions, say as little as possible to as many people as you can, and you're doing the exact opposite. See, your time is not now. Just because you got involved in a business, just because you love the concept of marketing, just because you like the idea of building your brand, just because you love a product or a company, just because you love your upline, does not mean that this is the right time for you. Wow. Was that a little slap in the face for some of you? Because you know it's not your time. And I'll tell you why you know it's not your time. When someone turns around, excuse me, I'm right back. When someone turns around and says, hey, Robert, yeah, you want to work with me? I sure do. Hey, listen, read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Got it? Do it now. You know, didn't have it on audio back then. Went out and found the book right away. And I found the book. I don't know how to read very well. I don't like reading very well. And I read it anyway. Why? Because I wanted to work with my mentor. I wanted to work with a guy that made $62,000 a month that helped other people make six figures. I wanted to work with him. Here was one of the requirements. So I did exactly what he told me to do. When? Right now. So now I found another book, Science of Getting Rich. And I do periscopes like this, and I tell people, listen, contact me, on lifemechanic.com. I'll send you the free audios. I'll send you the free book for that and Think and Grow Rich and the audios. And you just all you got to do is contact me and ask me to send it to you, and I'll send it to you. And all of a sudden I get off one of these periscopes, and there's hearts, and there's all kinds of stuff, and people won't send me and ask me for the link. They won't go to lifemechanic.com. Why? They get distracted. Something else comes up. They got all these things in their mind where all of a sudden they're not at the right place at the right time. So I got this large group of people that won't ever ask for the list. Then I got another group of people that ask for the list, but when I send it to them, everything's more important and distracted than them changing their thoughts. I'm still working with people on a personal basis that, I just can't get rid of my stinking thinking, and I'm stuck and I'm struggled, and I just can't stay in the groove, and I can't. Are you kidding me? When my mentor told me, listen, Robert, you got a little problem with your self-esteem. What are you talking about? Well, you're constantly wondering what people are thinking, and you're really worried about what other people think and what they're saying about you. And, you just have low confidence issues. I didn't say you're wrong. I didn't say you didn't know what you're talking about. I said, how can I change that? He goes, that was the right question. Do you know that my mentor was so smart that he would make statements to me and see what my reaction was? See what my reaction was to criticism. To see if I really wanted to be corrected. And I said, what can I do about it? He says, oh man, you got to go get a book by Og Mandino. It's called, The Greatest Miracle in the World. I'll do it right now. My mentor didn't give me a bunch of assignments. He gave me small ones to see if I would do wax on, wax off. I came back to him. I said, I read it. He said, what do you think about the God memorandum? I go, man, I cried like a baby for hours. He goes, did it tell you that you should read it every day? And I said, I did. Are you going to? Yes, sir. Yes, I am. How long should you read it? Wow. Until you had confidence, until you had self-esteem, until you knew that you were the greatest miracle in the world, until you fell in love with yourself, until you don't care about what other people think. You don't care if they're thinking at all. You don't care what other people say. That's how many times you should be reading it. If you're doubting who you are, you better be listening to it all the time. Should you listen to it or read it more than once? I don't know. How bad is your life? How disgusted are you with your life right now? Another year going down, 2015, same crap, different day. How sick and tired are you? If you're sick and tired of it, then you're going to do something about it. If you're disgusted, you're going to do something. If you don't, you're not at the right time in your life. That's okay. That's why I just keep loving you. That's why I keep doing trainings. That's why I keep doing Periscopes. That's why I will continue to keep doing this value. And I will keep praying for you, hoping that it becomes your time. So, timing is everything. We always hear about these serendipity times in people's lives where they get in, wham. Aren't you people that are watching this Periscope? Don't you get disgusted and sick and tired of being in the same company, doing the same thing, and then some person comes in and they are like Robert Hollis 28 years ago. They get in, they see it, they're at the right time, they're teachable, they're coachable, they got faith and belief that they can do it, they want it bad, they need it bad, they go to work, and whammo. You hear about them, this position, this position, this position. Then they're walking on stage. Now they're getting trophies on stage. And you're going, what the hell is the deal? I've been in this company forever. I've been doing marketing forever. And that hasn't happened for me. When are you going to get it the right time? When is it going to be your time? That is going to be another Periscope. And the title is, I'm disgusted. Enough is enough. You guys have heard this over and over again. The thing that made me the person I am today is when I didn't want to lie to my son. I didn't want to make up excuses why I was hiding the car from the repo man. I didn't want to live like that anymore. So when you listen to Jim Rohn and he says, I can't believe I just lied to a Girl Scout. When you listen to every person that's successful in life, they had a day where they were so disgusted with their lives that they go, not no more, not for me. That's when it's your time. If you're not doing the stuff that you're supposed to do every day to make your life better in every way, it's not your time. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You're just not disgusted. We all know that there's 4 people that we're looking for, and that's how I'll close out this Periscope. Here's the 4 people, and they're out there. So you're going to pique interest with somebody, and their timing's not right. Why? Because they're a know-it-all. They're a know-it-all. They're a right fighter. They know everything. It's amazing how much these people know. Now, I love what Jim Rohn said about those people. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So these people are know-it-alls. Oh, I've read that video. I watched that book. I've been through The Secret a number of times. I know the $1 million question. I've been involved in all these companies. I know all this. But their life sucks. They have no friends. No one's following them. A definition of as a leader is when you look behind you, there's people following you. They're not making any money. They're just living a lie. Their whole entire mentality is they're a right fighter. They would rather fight you for the right to be right than they'd rather fight for the right to be right than fight for happiness, fight for incredible, friendships, instead of connections, instead of love, contribution. They'd rather fight for the right to be right instead of wealthy in every area of their life. I used to be a right fighter. I was the right fighter. I was one of those guys that if I found out in our debate and our argument that I was wrong, then I would tell you that I misunderstood what you said, which was the original argument, because then if I would have understood it, then I wouldn't have got into that much detail. You know what I mean? So you got people that are right fighters, then you got that same group of people who are know-it-alls. Why do you spend so much time with them? I don't know. You should be able to tell them, listen, that's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. They should be able to ask you questions if they're interested. Some people ask questions for no reason at all. Some people ask questions because they're interested in what you have to offer and they're a seeker. And then you have other people that are asking questions just to be assholes. Don't get mad, I didn't say it wrong. A-S-K. They're assholes. See, they ask you questions with no intentions whatsoever of doing anything. Hey, Robert, what do you do? Well, you do this. I won't do that. You're an asshole. See what I mean? So that's one of those people. You want to stay away from them. All right? The other group of people that you're going to run into is you're going to run into the people that are just comfortable. Now, those are the people that are a wrong place at the wrong time. I attract a lot of people. Some of you are assholes, right fighters, know-it-alls, and some of you are comfortable. You're just really comfortable. You really are not disgusted with your life. You tell people you are, but it's not that bad. The same story of the guy that walks up to the farmer and his dog is laying on the porch and crying and crying and crying. They just keep crying. He goes, "What's wrong with your dog?" He goes, "He's laying on a nail." He's laying on a nail? Why doesn't he get up and move? Because it doesn't hurt bad enough. See, I run into these people all the time. And what they want to do is they want to show me that they're active by maybe going through some of the training and going to another seminar. And I went to this seminar and I went to this seminar and I went to this seminar and I went through this training and I went through this training and I watched your stuff here and I've been in this company and I've been in this company and I went over to this company. Their timing's just not right. They're comfortable. They want things to work, like I want to lose weight. See, I buy the Bowflex, I buy the elliptical, I buy the sauna, I buy all the stuff that I can use to get in shape and lose weight, but I'm too comfortable. So the timing's not right for me. And all of you that always see me on these things that I talk about my weight, you guys all right away try to sell me. Check out my stuff, check out my link, check out my stuff. You don't hear that my timing's wrong. Hey, if you tried ours. Hey, if you tried ours. Check out all my company. Check out that. No. I'm comfortable. Do you get it? Okay? And the last one is the people pleasers. It's not the last one. It's one of the group. If you run into somebody where their timing's not right and they talk about the stuff that they haven't worked on them. Being happy is an inside job. Being happy, being wealthy, being rich, being a loving person, being a go-giver is an inside job. And so if you are a people pleaser and you're worried about what people think, and I don't know what they're going to say if I contact them and ask them the $1 million question, and I don't know what my family members think, and I don't know what my warm market thinks, and I don't know what my family's going to think, or the people I went to school think, and what are people going to think on Facebook when I make a post. If you're a people pleaser, your timing's not right. So if you're a know-it-all, right fighter, asshole, your timing's not right. If you're in comfort, you know what I mean? You're not willing to make a change. You're not willing to work on the inside. You're a people pleaser. Your timing's not right. Are you guys getting this? Now, I know that there's one group left, And that's the people that are watching this. Here's the uniqueness. We're looking for winners. We're looking for winners at the right time, at the right place. Why do you got to build a relationship with people? Because there's a good chance, a very huge percentage in chance, that you're going to find people at the wrong time in life. So you got to be patient with them. You got to build a relationship with them. You got to, over deliver. You got to keep doing that, because everyone that's watching this video, you're a winner. You're a winner. You've been a winner in the past. You've done other things that you've been a winner at because you were at the right place at the right time. You got a driver's license. That made you a winner. Some of you graduated from school. You're a winner. Some of you are excellent parents and excellent spouses. You're a winner. See, you're a winner at the right time at the right place. Sometimes the timing comes to you. Some people say, hey man, I wasn't planning on being a parent. And now all of a sudden, guess what? You're a parent. The timing's right. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. We know people that turn around and get children in their life, and it's not the right time and the right place for them. And they run. They run like crazy, like my parents did. You see what I mean? So it's cool to have children, but if it's the wrong timing for you, not very good. Does that make sense? I hope it did. Some people, why is a majority of the relationships a divorce? Wrong timing. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that you're a winner, and you got to work on yourself. You got to continue to work on yourself. If right now, don't beat yourself up if you're not getting production, but be smart enough to know, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to be a winner again? What do I got to do to be a winner in marketing? What do I got to do to be a winner in being an entrepreneur? What do I got to do to be a winner? What does it take to be a winner? Results. You could be a winner if you made a little bit of money. You could be a winner if you were smart enough to use the system and the $1 million question, promote and edify and get people. Is Sean Hennigan a winner? Sean Hennigan didn't make no money in network marketing. But Sean Hennigan is a winner to me because he was brave. He used the system. He got me in front of a mentor that he edified and promoted. And the ripple effect that Sean Hennigan gets for taking somebody like me and putting me in front of the right mentor at the right time. Wow! Millions of people have been affected because he was the right person and a winner. Does that make sense? So you can be a winner, but you got to understand that you got to work on you. Does that make sense? You got to get to a point where you have higher expectations. You know that you look at 2015, you look at 2014, you look at 2013, and some of you are going to go, hey, well, at least I'm not dead. Your timing's wrong. Some of you got to raise your expectations. Some of you got to raise your standards. Some of you got to get disgusted with your current life. The amount of time, relationships, connection with the spiritual. One day I might get sick and tired and disgusted with how heavy I am. How many people know this to be fact? Until I'm disgusted with the amount of pounds I'm overweight, nothing's going to happen. And your pitch isn't going to help. And your product is not going to help. Move on. Say as little as possible to as many people as you can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Periscope. I hope it rang true to you. Share it with people. Of course, you guys know that it'll be up on Twitter for a while. So you guys can go to lifemechanic.com. Make sure you put in your email address so you always know when these new ones are coming out. And I'm going to keep pouring my heart out and share with you the stuff that we have available for you. So I wish you very happy. I pray and agree with you right now in His name that your timing becomes soon, if not now. So take care. We'll talk to you soon. God bless. Click on Twitter. You'll find the Periscope. Soon I'll be posting this. If you get on the email list, we'll be sending you out. Thank you so much, everybody, for the hearts. And God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.